life right before your eyes, and you cried because you knew that you would soon die. Call your mother and your father to let them know that you're dead. What the hell they should do? Say your prayers and beg for forgiveness. The reaper is rising and you're on the checklist. You can run, but you cannot hide. Your ending was closer and death is on your side. Your decision, your life has made it hard for you to survive. Count your chick heads, accept your losses. You are the reason for the nails in your coffin. Shame, shame, I know your name.
Oh my goodness, look what I did.
Well, that's a prettier picture anyway.
It is. Oh, we're back. Hey, it's live TV. I'm Joe. That's Sonny. That's Paul Taylor from Winger and Alice Cooper.
Hey, you guys.
Still with Winger.
Still in Winger.
Thank you for being here. I know
course.
we got a short amount of time, so we're going to ask a lot of questions.
Fast. All right.
Let's talk about. Let's just get the new record out of the gate.
Out of the way.
we got to make
April,
sure.
right? It's coming out in April.
April.
I've heard May 5th.
May 5th? Okay.
Yeah. But I could be wrong.
The album is heavier.
Yeah, it's well, if you listen to back, I mean, we've kind of gone through phases. I mean, and some of them I wasn't actually with the band because I was doing other projects, but like there's some stuff on Pull that's pretty heavy and whatnot. But yeah, this one's a lot kind of darker and heavier, and you just never know where anybody's at whatever point they're writing a record. And honestly, I didn't even write anything on this one. I was still working on that Mick Mars thing I was doing. And by the time, I knew the minute Kip and Reb started writing, you only have a short period of time where you're not going to get, they go fast. When they start writing, they're very prolific and they handled it. And it's cool. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so did you ever think that when you were in Winger at the very beginning that you'd still be doing stuff with them this many years later?
Definitely not.
No way.
You've been off and on a couple of times by choice.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. We as you know, we all play in a lot of different bands.
Right, yeah.
But this is our family. I mean, this is the home base for all of us. And it's so awesome. And this year, this will be the case that we're all doing it all year. Reb won't be doing any Whitesnake and all that. And Johnny's still got some Mickey Thomas gigs, but for the most part, he'll be with us. And we're looking forward to this year. We already have a ton of gigs booked, and they're adding daily to that. And you can find those dates on wingertheband.com if you want to know where we're playing. So check that out. But yeah. It's amazing. None of us predicted, particularly if you had asked us in the 90s where we couldn't get arrested and neither could anybody else. I kind of thought we were all done forever. But boy, it really, starting 2002 when Poison called us out of the blue and said, look, we know you guys aren't together, but we're doing a summer tour with Faster Pussycat and Cinderella. We'd love to add you onto the bill if you guys want to put the original band back together. So we talked and we said, well, let's put it back together, but let's keep John as well, because John is like the secret weapon, man. He's an amazing guitar player and sings his buns off. And he's one of the nicest guys out there. So, yeah, it's fun.
There were some pictures out there with Howie, too. Was Howie in the
back?
Howie's
been subbing for John.
Okay.
And when we don't have him. And, of course, last year we subbed both Howie and Reb. We had a lot of discussions on whether we would do any shows without Reb, but finally it was looking like they were going to do enough Whitesnake shows where we were like, well, meanwhile we had found this guy Jake Fawn, and Jake's a sweetheart and an amazing player and came in and just did a great job filling in for Reb. So we decided, okay, let's keep going then.
Absolutely. Do you find that how much more control do you have over the music today than you did when you guys first started out?
Well, we had full control of what we were writing, but then when we submitted it to the label, it was a different story. So,
but that's everybody, though.
Yeah. So when we handed in the second record, they're like, "What's this?" We're like, "It's our new record," and they're like, "All right, well, we'll put this out, but we're not going to push it. Where's the singles?" And we're like, "Well, we think there's some." But anyway, they've kind of forced us to go back to the drawing board and write something a little more straightforward, which is when Easy Come, Easy Go and Can't Get Enough came. So, it was a good call. I mean, we probably were trying to just branch out and do some of our, progressive stuff a little too soon. You do that, maybe third or fourth record, you start changing your sound. So it was a good call on their part.
How did you get set up with Mick Mars?
Through Michael Wagner. They just needed some help writing lyrics, and I went on and and then it ended up, we decided to start changing a lot of stuff, and it's been a great venture, but I really can't talk about much of it, but it is going to be coming out soon.
Right, we've heard about it.
It's an amazing record. It's very heavy, and love Mick to death, and still go there for coffee. Yeah, he's a good guy, and I'm looking forward to when that comes out and I get to say anything about it. But it's a very cool record. So.
Cool.
Yeah. You guys went on the road with Kiss. Man, that must have been
hot in the shade too.
Crazy.
It was fun. But that was a weird period for them. They decided to stop wearing the makeup, and they were in a time where they kind of, I think, weren't sure where they were going as well. So, but they were very nice to us. We had a good time, and gosh, and now looking back, I'm glad to be able to add it to one of the adventures, that I've been through. So
yeah. What's some of the stuff you've done that, like, you wish more people had heard about? Because you've done a ton of stuff. And I think there's some people that don't even know what some of that stuff is.
Well, more than that, I just wish kind of all the video stuff and things that we all have, available today was available back, like when I was doing the Steve Perry tour or the Aldo Nova tours or John Waite, or there's a lot of things that I don't have a lot of footage of.
Yeah.
The Steve Perry thing, fortunately, there's one thing that leaked out from the Beacon Theater live, a whole night of, so you can find most of the songs that we did of that night.
And what year was that?
That was like 96.
Okay.
It's like Steve Perry live at the Beacon Theater.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
But I don't have even any pictures of it. And I didn't do a lot of stuff with John Waite, but I did about 6 or 7 or 8 shows. And but he was just doing very sparse shows at the time. And I ended up getting yanked into another project. But Tommy Shaw thing, I toured with Tommy on his solo record. We opened for Leonard Skinner and Peter Frampton. That was just a very fun month. We just went out, we threw the band together in 2 weeks and just went out and laughed for a month and played and had a good time. And
it's like every name you're throwing out here is huge.
Yeah.
It's like, what made you pick up the guitar in the first place?
Well, something very specific. I was taking piano lessons and was, remotely, I was playing, some easy, simple Bach stuff. And, I was very young.
Sure.
And my cousin Kathy, I'll make a long story short, pulled up in front of our house. It looked like the Beverly Hillbillies with all this stuff piled up. I go, Mom, there's these people in front. And it was her and her guy. And she said, your cousin's going to be moving in with us for a while. The guy was Country Joe from Country Joe and the Fish. And at the time, he was just playing acoustic stuff like, had a dog and his name was Blue. And I was like, oh, my God, I want to play guitar like Uncle Joe, And so he taught me some basic chords, and then I was off and running. And I kind of dumped piano for a while, but in junior high, I took a class where you could pick any instrument you wanted to play. I picked violin, and after 3 or 4 weeks of not even being able to make a squeak on it, I switched to piano because they had a bunch of piano practice rooms. Kind of really fun. I'm really grateful to that because most of the bands I've been hired in, it's because I'm a utility guy. I can play both keys and guitar. I mean, I'm not incredible at either, but I'm good enough to get the rock gig,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But how did you, like a lot of utility players, end up with Shania? Carrie Underwood?
Well,
have you kind of shooed that away? Or
the country thing?
Yeah.
Some of those players are ridiculously good. But I would do it. I would love playing with somebody like a Keith Urban, man. I've been to a couple of his shows, and man, he rocks. And Carrie Underwood, incredible singer. Her live thing with Vince Gill and her doing it, that's that religious song. It's one of the best vocal performances I've ever heard. Just goosebumps, So
I just saw a video. She's been singing with Axl Rose. He's been showing up at her shows.
That's funny. She's
like
phenomenal.
3 or 4 to do Welcome to the Jungle.
That's great.
And the crowd loses their mind. But if you're a country, especially the modern country, if you're a fan of that, you like rock.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of rock, Let's see. We got 5 minutes. Can we talk about Alice Cooper?
Sure.
What was that like?
The best. Love Alice. I played with Alice on and off for 13 years. In between, before, well, me and Kip started Winger while we were in Alice. That's how it started. And then we got a deal, and we're like, hey, Alice, we just got signed to Atlantic. And he's like, hey, great, go do it. And then when the 90s hit and we weren't doing so good, he's like, hey, you want to tour? And so I jumped back in, and he's like, hey, what's Reb going to do? And he's like, can he come too? And so both,
Wow.
me and Reb and Kip have all played with Alice, and anybody that's ever worked with him would tell you they would go back anytime. He's a total complete pro, and he's one of the nicest guys. And the only thing I can tell everybody is do not play him in poker, because he will take your money.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you if you ever played golf with him.
I'm not a golfer, but I wouldn't do that either. All our crew guys come back going, God damn, he can hit the ball. So
yeah, that's pretty amazing.
yeah, he's awesome.
What do
All
you
right,
think
yeah.
about this resurgence of, I guess, classic rock, if you want to call it?
It's
like
cool.
Winger's probably doing better now than it did the last 25 years.
It's amazing, yeah. And the best thing about that thing with our band is that we're finally getting the respect. Of course, we went through all those kooky days with the Beavis stuff and the Metallica stuff. But now, Kip and Metallica are talking and saying hey now, and we've all grown up, and we're thankful and grateful to have everything happening, and all the cruises and the festivals, and and the fact that all of us young cocky bands that used to kind of be working against each other, now we're all just happy that we're even alive and doing anything. So
the cruises are a huge thing.
Amazing.
for
Are you
80s
on
bands.
Monsters Rock this year?
we are.
Well, I'll see you.
Oh, good, man. Well, we will have a beer.
Yeah.
Yes,
Or a coffee if you
Or
don't drink.
if it's in the morning. We've got a couple of minutes left. I'm
Yeah.
going to rattle off a bunch of questions at you. They're
Yeah.
simple, just quick fire questions. Favorite record of all time?
Oh my God, it'd probably have to be an Aerosmith one. I was a huge Aerosmith fan in the day. So,
Favorite movie?
oh man, Princess Bride.
Really? Love it. I love that movie.
Have
That is-
fun storming the castle.
That's amazing. What's your favorite meal? Like if you could eat it every day, what would it be?
Oh my God, I don't know. Maybe some pasta. Like a good spaghetti dinner.
Pasta and pizza come up a lot.
Yeah.
What was your first guitar? Do you remember what your first guitar was?
Yeah, well, my first one that my parents bought me before I knew how to play when he was going to show me was a little Westbrook. It was called Little Acoustic. But then as I got proficient in a couple years, I went down and bought a Fender Duosonic and a Champ amp.
You still got them?
I don't.
Ah.
Oh God, do I kill myself? Every guitar player has done. Or we took a guitar that would be worth tons of money now and routed out for new pickups or repainted it, or the dumb shit we did. Oh,
Bright pink. Or
had we
whatever.
only known these would be worth thousands, But
Is there a song that you wish you wrote?
oh man, yes. Well, God, one recently was Marty Fredrickson wrote it. The Struts. It's called Merry-Go-Round.
I haven't heard
Haven't
that
heard
one.
it.
I haven't
Yeah,
heard
check
it
it out,
kind
but-
of sounds like Cheap Trick, but it does some key changes, and that's just one that came to my mind real fast because it was recently that I heard it and went, man, I wish I wrote that. So,
that. Well, listen, it's been a pleasure to meet
hey
you.
guys, yeah, man.
I know you got another interview, I'm sure, to go to.
I do.
But we really do appreciate you coming here. This has been an honor. We're 80s guys,
Awesome.
we're 90s guys, we're 70s
Yeah.
guys, and Winger's huge.
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
we're hanging in there anyway. And, are we still on?
Yeah, you're good.
I was going
You're
to tell
good.
everybody, come check us out. We got a ton of dates this year.
Oh,
So
yeah.
go to wingertheband.com, and our dates are listed, and they're adding daily. So come out and check out live music. So,
Awesome. Paul Taylor, we'll be back with another interview in just a few minutes. We'll see you guys in 3, 2, 1. Peace.
thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
So much better than this trying to put everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Take as many as you need. I have 500.
Yeah, we have.
That's
Yeah, what do you need me to do?
Can you come come around here.
Oh yeah, we want to get a picture.
We want a picture, man.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
very big for us.
You're good. Nobody's even over there yet.
Not over here. This is my girlfriend, soon to be not wife, Karen. We're not,
Hi, Karen.
we're not married, just together forever.
All right, well, that's
Let's
good.
do some pictures. You got it? Okay, look, and then that's our little script right there.
What's up?
And you want to read it first so you know.
Oh.
Podcast Rock City.
Oh, yes.
Just so you know, everybody's done it in one take except
This
for
part of my
Eric
work
Mark,
is
who
so
was
bad.
like,
No,
oh,
it could've came
let me do it again.
I didn't even
All right,
know
here we go. You ready? I'll just stand right here. You ready?
Hey, it's Paul Taylor, and you're listening to Podcast Rock City Live.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it.
Hey,
It's
man,
been
nice
an
meeting
honor.
you guys.
Thank you.
See you in like 4 weeks.
Hey, awesome. Are you going to be on there as well?
If we win it,
Oh, okay.
they're giving it away.
Well, come up
We
and say
just got
hey.
off
I
the-
will,
we just got off
definitely.
the Jericho cruise,
Okay.
the wrestling cruise. And we've done Kiss a Punch, and he's always like,
Monsters of Rock.
It's fun. It is fun.
There's nothing like it's 2 in the morning and Winter's looking for pizza. People be down looking for pizza like $2.
Yes, it's us.
Yo, yeah, all you want.
All right, guys. Have a good rest of the day.
No
Thank you.
problem.
He's the best.
He's super nice. I'm
I
sorry.
take it out of this thing and have them sign where? Wherever you want.
Anywhere.
All right, I'll go over there and see. There he is, actually, right here.
We go back.
Yeah, he's walking towards us.
Well, grab him real quick. You got a pen? Where's our marker?
I know that she
Here.
she gets a little.
Hey, Mark, would you mind signing that for me? Thank you. Hi. Have a seat.